Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little vlog. I actually forgot to turn on the camera. I already went to the post office. I went and I grabbed some coffee because I ran out of the house with no coffee. I'm not one to be grabbing coffee, but I just felt like I was so like groggy because I look at my bags right here. I didn't sleep right yesterday or last night, this morning. I kept waking up. I went to bed very late, around 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I don't even remember. And I don't know what's wrong with me. My mind doesn't stop thinking. So I just kept waking up. I head home. I'm going home, but I think around maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, I probably ended up falling asleep. I went to Wally World so I can get some groceries because we needed groceries. And I'm heading back home. Oh, thank you. People letting me pass. Y yo acá platicando solita. People did ask to do the story time on my mom's story. So I figured I would tell you guys the story, and my mom should be coming in about 2 weeks. And I was thinking, tell you guys the story, and then if you guys have like any questions or anything for my mom, or just, you know, if you guys want to see my mom next to me right here, you know, I could have her like tell her side. But if you guys have questions, ask me here. That way, when she comes, I have the questions for her, and if she feels up to it, we could do that. Like, what do you guys think? Rise and grind, living the dream right here. When the accident happened, I was 16 years old. It was 2002. That day, my mom had gone to in Juarez, they had like every year, like La Feria. It was like a big old carnival type of thing, and then they had like concerts, and my mom had gone with her 2 sisters. It was my tia B, hey, and with my tia Elsa, and I believe there was another friend with them, and they went to Paquita la del Barrio concert. I think they went to go see her. I was home alone because I remember I went over to my friends, or I stayed home. I just stayed home. And my little brother was at my aunt's house with my cousins. He had a sleepover. And my older brother had gone to his friend's house. I don't know, it was a weird day. Like, we were all on good terms. And my mom let me stay home. I don't know, I'm telling you, she was strict. I don't know how. I don't remember why I was home. But I got a call like around 5 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning. I think it was my uncle or my tia called me saying that my mom and the tias were in a car accident. But I didn't think much of it. It was more like, oh, okay, I guess they're fixing the car type of thing, and then they'll come home. I don't know. You know, you're a kid at 15, 16 years old. And so I believe they told me your tio's gonna go pick you up, and then you guys are gonna go pick up your brother, and then you guys are going to Juarez. And I still didn't think it was a big deal. I thought we were gonna go pick them up like because their car was like broken down type of thing. But no, it was like a serious like car accident. I don't want to go into detail on the other people. I need gas, but my honey will put gas for me. I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm just gonna go into detail on my mom and probably like my aunts, but not into full detail of other, because it was a very tragic car wreck accident. So my mom was like severely injured, like you know, like her brain got shooken so badly that little, like, I don't remember, but a little like vein or a little thing in her skull, cranium, you know, I don't know medical terms here, but it kind of like broke, or like there's nothing you can connect that like ever again. Like there was like no surgeries or anything. So, but aside from that, taking you back to the call, they told me they were gonna pick us up, and they told me they were picking up my little brother, that we needed to go to Juarez. Like it was super like weird, and I guess they didn't give us details so we wouldn't get worried. But so when we get there, basically they're telling us that my mom's not gonna make it if we wanted to see her. It was so weird, and like just us kids, you know, not knowing how to even handle this. So I remember me and my brother, they told us, are you sure you want to go see her? Like they didn't even kind of prepare us for it, but we were like, yeah, why wouldn't we want to see my mom? You know what I mean? So they took us into the hospital. This is in Juarez, Mexico. They took us into the room, and it was like the intensive care unit room, but I don't know, being in Juarez, it's like, it was just like a room, and there was like kind of like in a circle, and there were just like curtains like dividing each patient. Hold on, porque aquí no paran estos mendigos. And so we went in, and then they took us to like my mom's little section, and oh my god, like we were not prepared. Like she was all intubated, like tubes here, tubes there, like, you know, breathing, like she was on a pump, you know, like a machine pumping her lungs, like, and then she was just like not there. But it was so ugly. Like her clothes was in a bag, and it was like all bloody, and then her, like, they hadn't cleaned her or anything. It was so ugly. Like if I was a mom, like my mom, I'm sure wouldn't want me to go in there to see her like that. Oh, hey, this is probably distracting you guys. No pasa nada. We go in there, and she was like just dirty, like with blood. You could see like the blood on her neck, and that's how ugly her the wreck was. So I just went in there, and it was kind of like, oh my god, I got so scared, and we just kind of stood there, me and my brother. I don't know if we cried. I don't remember. I don't remember if he remembers, but I don't remember if like we cried or if we were just like, what the heck. I remember, no, I think we cried. He hugged me and everything, and basically me and my brother, when we were younger, we didn't get along. We weren't like the bestest of friends. We kind of like hated each other, I guess. I was that annoying sister. He was a don't talk to me, don't look at me type of brother. We're only 11 months apart, so I ando off-roading. Just kidding, this road's really bumpy. But so I remember we were crying, and we hugged, I think, and we just kind of left. We were like, we don't want to see this. And then we were there for a while, like at the hospital, like family was there and stuff like that. And they took her down for surgery, like, because she was bleeding internally. It was a mess. I don't remember if it was a full day there and we went home. I don't remember if she stayed there. I think she stayed there a few days. Like, she was so critical that they couldn't move her. Any type of movement would cause like another like internal type of bleeding type of thing, if I make sense. So I think they had her there for a few days. I cannot remember, and I'm actually gonna probably ask details, you know, the family and stuff. And then, because my mom doesn't remember any of this, guys. My mom now she does forget things and stuff like that, you know. She never came back to be the same as she was. It's like we had a new mom type of thing. But she's here, she's still bougie and all of that, so she's still Gucci. Yeah, so we have to tell her things or tell her stories, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, but accident and all of that, she does not remember anything, which is good, because who would want to remember something like that? Like, she doesn't remember the accident at all. So that's how critical she was. She couldn't be moved. I don't know exactly when we moved her, but we ended up moving her, and we had to move her to a better hospital. That was the main worry with everyone. It was like she can get better care, but the thing was like you couldn't move her. It was weird. And we were just across border, so it was like you had to cross the border to go into El Paso, because that's where we're from. We moved her to the El Paso hospital. That's not the name of the hospital. I'll write it down here because it changed. It was Thomason before, and then I think it's like a university hospital now. So we moved her. Ya llegué a la casa y todo no acabo de platicar. I'm gonna have to somehow continue this, but I guess this vlog turned into story time. Ya llegué, guys. So, and I have mandado and all that, so we're not going to keep talking. Ahorita les regreso cuando ya estábamos en El Paso, Texas con mi mom. Hey guys, I'm back. So, hold on, let me fix my hair real quick. It's already the evening. It's like 7 o'clock, 7:03 on the dot. I got stuff done today, and I am here. I'm about to snack on some pepinos con limon and some chamoy candy type of thing. What was I gonna say? So yes, I'm back so I can continue telling you guys a story. So I think I left off. Let's get right into it, porque si no, nunca voy a acabar. So once she was in the new hospital, once she was in the new hospital, I'm gonna put them like that and I guess dip it. Of course, if you hear some weird noises, it's Stormy, our bulldog, all day, every day. Pues I think I messed up putting limon on my pepino porque ya no se me pegó esto. So she was transferred to the hospital in El Paso. There's nothing to see here. We transferred her, and things were a little bit better. She was like critical condition, but stable, I guess. I don't know if she was in a coma, like an induced coma. That's another question I have to ask my aunts. Or if she was in a coma, like an actual coma, you know what I mean? And there was just so many people every day in and out of the hospital visiting her. Family, friends, just strangers or people that knew or whatever. And it was crazy, like from the time visitation hours started to the time they were over. Like sometimes the securities or whatever people there had to like kick out the people, like there's no more visiting hours. And literally like the visiting room was like my mom. And so many people prayed for her. They had prayer chains like all around, like everywhere, like not just in El Paso. It was like Mexico, California, just anywhere that whoever would tell my mom's story, everybody was praying for her. And at that point they had already told us like, hey, your mom is either going to be a vegetable or if you disconnect her, like the machines, like if we take her off the machines, like she's gonna die. So you could keep her connected, but she's never gonna be the same. And then it was just really hard on us kids because we didn't know, you know, we didn't know how to handle that. And I think one time they asked us like, okay guys, so what's your choice type of thing. And I remember they were like, well, do you guys want to disconnect your mom, or I don't know. I don't even know what we decided. I don't even know if they were putting it all on us or the family had to choose. It was hard because my mom didn't have a significant other to make those choices, and it's not like she had like anything written in paper, like if anything happened, you know what I mean? So it was a lot for us. I think about it, and my son's about to be 15, so I'm like, now like he's a little kid, you know. We had to grow up fast, basically. And so I remember that they had, I don't know if it was just like a let's see what happens. Let's disconnect her to see if her body can do it on her own, or if they did it and then she reacted. I don't know the details, I'm sorry guys, but I just remember like disconnected her and she was breathing on her own, and everybody was like so excited and like oh my god, blah blah blah, it's a miracle. The doctors, you know, doctors from Houston, doctors from Dallas, doctors from like Austin, I think, had came down to see what they could do about my mom's situation, because no doctor, like they had no choice, like they didn't know what else to do. It was basically like there was nothing to do with my mom. Everybody, all the doctors, when she did not wake up, like when she started breathing on her own and everything, like her body was working on its own, they just couldn't believe it. The doctors said it's a miracle, because they didn't know how it happened. They just didn't. So everybody was like, of course, continued prayers and everything. So once she was there, I don't know how long she stayed in the hospital, because she was still in a coma. And I don't know if she woke up. No, she didn't wake up from the coma there. They took her to a rehab center. And we would go every single day to go see her. My aunts would take us, you know, my aunt, shout out to my tia B, she literally like moved from her house. And then my cousins and my tia Lupe, like they moved from their house to our house. It was a full house and a chaotic mess. But she did it, like she moved her kids, okay, to our school and everything, so that we could be like comfortable and everything. Meanwhile, all of this was going on. Back and forth to the hospital. We would go to school. Right after school, we would go to the hospital. We would stay there till about like 8, 9, I think, visitation hours. Through the, not hospital, through the rehab center. And I remember one day, I don't know if I got the call at school. I don't know if they called me, like if the office called me down, or if as soon as I don't know if I had a cell phone. I just kind of remember having the conversation over the phone, or unless it was when my tia Lupe picked us up from the car, from school. I just remember them telling us, guess what? Like, your mom woke up. So we were all excited, and like it was just like a big old deal, because she actually woke up, you know. Like this whole time that we would go visit her, she was asleep. Like we would just go comb her hair, just go sit there, go talk to her, just mess around in the hospital, you know, I mean the rehab center, like us kids. So we went straight to the rehab center, and I remember my mom, she woke up. It was so weird. She woke up, but she was like in she wasn't in the right year, like whatever year it was, 2002. She was back in the day, like when we were young. Like she was like, oh my god, like she recognized me, but she was like, ¿Cómo creciste? Like, estás muy grande, or something like that. I remember, but little by little, like her memory kept coming. Like she was like, oh yeah, these are my kids, you know, something like that. After that, so every day we would go, we would visit her. So she started doing like therapy, like physical therapy and memory therapy and all of that stuff. They worked with her a lot there. And like, I guess little by little, like she was doing better. And then they told us like she can go home. She just has to, you know, I guess everything's gonna be like brand new to her. You guys have to show her around and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it was just so crazy how things happened. I don't know if it was all like within 3 months, all of this. I really can't remember. But yeah, my mom had to like learn everything again, like even walking and writing. She started doing all of that on her own. Little by little, I guess my tia left, and everything she started doing again, it was a brand new thing for her. She had to learn how to drive. At this point, my brother was driving already, so he was the one driving us. Like me and my brother had to like grow up. Like we weren't kids anymore. we had to get jobs. Like literally one of my other aunts, she knew like the manager at McDonald's, and like we didn't even really interview, like we had the job, so she just, you know, kind of interviewed us real quick, like, so she hooked us up with a job. And so yeah, like we started working, and that's when I started like kind of wilding out too, since my mom didn't really have control over like, you know, how to do things, which is, I mean, I was being bad as a teenager. I do regret it and everything. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't think I've ever apologized to her, but she knows, like, we were like in the, you know, teenager mindset, rebelling type of thing. But then we didn't have any structure because my mom was literally like kind of growing up with us again. So it was like if she told us something, we wouldn't listen. I mean, as bad as it sounds, you know, that's kind of crappy now that I see it as a mom myself. So I do regret it. I started going out. I would just party, or I would lie to my mom. I would say I'm going to stay at my best friend's house, and I andaba con el novio. But el novio meaning my husband now. Don't think I was all everywhere or whatever. I think that was the main thing for me. Like, I was just like, I felt free in a way because my mom never let me do anything. So I was like, oh, this is like my chance, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, that car accident like changed our lives basically. It was never the same. My mom was a brand new person, brand new mindset. She was very different now. She's the sweetest. I'm not saying she wasn't sweet back then or anything, but you know, people change and stuff. She wasn't a mean. Obviously back in the day I would say my mom was mean only because she was being strict. My mom didn't grow up with parents herself, so, and she got married at a very young age, and then she got divorced when my little brother was like 1. And it was just her, you know, no one really parented her. So she didn't know, nobody knows how to raise kids, first of all, but she was doing it on her own, always working 2 to 3 jobs. You know, I was always the one like cleaning, or I would always help her with my little brother. Like even before her accident, we were already like kind of growing up because we had to help out a lot around the house. But she had her boyfriends and stuff. She almost got married to this one guy. Thank the Lord she didn't. But yeah, so it was just very hard, and I can imagine, like, just imagine her on her own. She was just trying her best to raise us, but then she was always working. She wasn't one to ever be at our functions at school because of work. And then that's why now, I guess now when I had my kids, that was like my biggest thing. Like I will never miss anything, you know? I've been at home with my kid since my kid was like 1. I worked a little bit here and there, but nothing where I've never been a part of their stuff. And I think that's the reason why I just never wanted to miss out, because my mom did miss out a lot. So, I mean, she was really strict just because that was like her way of being able to take handle on things, if I make sense. So when all of this happened, I was like, ooh, freedom, you know, like I could do this and my mom's not gonna know. Or it was easy to lie to her. She wasn't gonna find out. She didn't know how to find out. And yeah, I mean, all of us had like a very different experience. I remember going to the hospital daily, and I never went inside to see my mom. After that one day that I saw her, I had that image in my head, and I did not like to go in there. Everybody would ask me like, why don't you go see your mom? I was there in the hospital physically, family, friends, all of that, but never went in there. I remember one time so many people would go in there that my mom got an infection, so they didn't let us go in there anymore. And that was a time where I was like, oh my God, I should have gone in. But I was just so scared to see my mom. And she obviously, she didn't see, like, she wasn't looking the same as the first image, but just imagine, I got traumatized. So I think a lot of people thought that I didn't want to see her because I was being like a bad girl, but I didn't want to see that sight, you know? Enough talking, I could go on and on. Like my brother had a different experience. My little brother had a different experience. He was little. He didn't even know what was going on. I think we all went through probably like I got issues, you know. I think we all have issues because of all of that. And well, yeah, that's what happened. This is why I say, if it didn't, my mom's accident, I'm sorry. If my mom's accident didn't happen, I wouldn't have met my honey. I wouldn't have had the kids. So you guys can't see right now, and I'm so glad, but I'm gonna show you. Look, I just noticed I dropped it like right now. Cochina, like this. Okay, so I started going out. I would party a lot in Juarez, in Mexico, underage partying. I used to use my friend's ID. My friend was literally like 5'10". Well, not was. She's like 5'10". How tall are you, Jessica? My sis. I call her my sis. If you're watching, are you 5'10", 5'9"? But I remember her ID saying something like that. And guys, I was like 5 foot. But the people there, the owners at the club already knew. So it was just kind of like, let's show it just because we have to show. And then it was all cool. We would go clubbing. I partied hardy. That's why I was ready to have kids. Like, I didn't travel the world or, you know, go do stuff, but I had fun. And I didn't even party in El Paso when I turned 18. Like, I was already like dating Ismael. So like, we weren't like, I think we were like already like in our lovey-dovey stage. Like, we weren't hanging around with our friends anymore. It was just me and him type of thing. So that was that. And I thank God my mom is alive right now. I regret being a bad girl. But shit happens. Everything happens for a reason. I do believe in that. And I wish, like, I don't know if the reason, like, why this happened, like, it kind of sucks that it happened that way, because obviously I would never wish nothing like that to happen to anybody. Like, my mom's life changed too. My mom was like doing so good, you know, like finally she had bought her house and everything, and she was like doing it on her own, and you know, just, you know, proud single mom shit. And then that happened, so it kind of like backtracked. We struggled after that. Like, she always struggled with us, but she always had it controlled. Like, somehow or another she would, todo estaba bien. And then we struggled a lot when her accident happened, but thankfully she's good. She's a super happy grandma, and I love her and I miss her because we don't live in the same city. And she's gonna come in 2 weeks, so woohoo. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions or something I missed out or whatever, I can add it on the part 2. And let me know if you guys enjoyed the story. I know I was all over the place. I'm gonna try and like edit it good. The questions you guys do have, you guys could either send them to my Instagram. I'll put it right here. DM me any questions, or in the comments, and then I'll make sure to check both. That way I can answer them or ask my mom. And let me know if you guys want my mom. If you guys want my mom here, I'll be like, hey girl, my mom is nothing like me. I'm so crazy, and my mom's more put together. She's a lady. She's a fine lady. So the hija le salió loquita. Even before her accident. Okay, guys, I was already loquita. But that is that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I didn't bore you guys. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. If I should do more story times, I do. I have a crazy life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Bye.